Your Daily 180, 180 seconds of pure Bible study.
Welcome to this, your Daily 180 Bible study. We're wrapping up our study on the joy of faithfulness. Are you familiar with that little process where a caterpillar will climb up on a limb or somewhere else and begin to form, I believe it's pronounced the chrysalis or the cocoon? And I learned something recently. My granddaughter was asking me about this, and I did a little study, and I didn't know this. Did you know that in that process, when it goes into that cocoon, before it becomes a butterfly, if you opened it up, and don't do this, what you would find is liquid. It becomes a little soup inside there. I mean, it's not just a slight change. It is an absolute transformation. We use the word metamorphosis. There is a transformation from one life form to another life form. And that little caterpillar becomes this soup inside the cocoon, and then eventually at the right time, out comes a butterfly. That's an interesting concept, isn't it? And God gives us that beautiful illustration to illustrate something that happens in our life. In Romans chapter 12, verse 2, we're told there, do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed. And that word transformed is a word from which we get our word metamorphosis. And it is by the renewing of the mind. And when there is that transformation, we can experience joy because we are committed to that kind of living. When there's transformation in our life, we think different, we talk different, we behave different. Do we ever have slip-ups? Absolutely. But we are committed to the idea of living a Christian life. And I want you to notice something with me, beginning at chapter 5, verse number 1. Whoever believes that Jesus is the Christ is born of God, and everyone who loves him who begot also loves him who is begotten of God, of him. Verse number 2, by this we know that we love the children of God when we love God and keep his commandments. You want to be engaged in transformed living? Keep his commandments. Verse number 3. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not burdensome. Isn't that beautiful? Do you realize that if you want to have that experience of being transformed, verse number 1 talks about that being born of God, that transformation, it's directly tied to being a commandment keeper. No, you can't earn your salvation by keeping commandments, but you do demonstrate your love to God. Join us next week for your Daily 180.